Hey guys, welcome back to the Built for More podcast. I'm Barbara Paco. Uh, and today's episode, I want to say 26. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a very special time to special place for me to be in the 1% of podcasters that actually make it past episode 21. So I thank you for everyone that's been supporting this journey. It hasn't been easy, but here we are, right? And now we have people that are actually traveling to be on the podcast, which is amazing. I have my boy Chris. He's a fashion model working in LA, and he's also involved in commercial editorial work and runway work, as well as he mentioned he did a little bit of acting prior to the podcast. So it's a different story than what we used to on the podcast, but it has to do with everything with mindset. And I'm gonna let Chris take it away.
Mm-hmm. What's up, everybody? I'm Chris. Yeah, I came here from LA. I had an opportunity to link up with Paco, meet you, get the whole experience, the haircut, and now the interview. Met through a mutual barber buddy.
Shout out Freddie. Shout out Freddie.
And yeah, here we are. Made this happen. Tried about a month or so to get this going.
I remember Freddie had told me about you, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just send the message before I forget. I'm gonna do it right now, and I did, and you actually got back to me, which is pretty cool. Yeah, about a month, so it's pretty cool because you are not just driving like 2 hours; it's like a 4 hour drive.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Cool. So, this is not just a podcast. This is a homecoming for Chris as well. He's visiting family and stuff like that. So, I do appreciate you coming out and actually supporting the podcast, bro. So
I'm glad we could make it happen, and it worked out with when I was coming back from my
definitely
appointments, family things. Yeah,
I know. So let's get into it, bro. So I did some research on your page and stuff like that. So you're a model, correct?
Correct.
So how did that start? Like, what sparked your interest in modeling?
I guess during COVID, I was making life adjustments and personal development, fitness, and just trying to be better. Originally, I play guitar and I'm a musician, so I was preparing to release my album for that. And along the way, I got some pictures taken to get my media levels up. And when I released those pictures, I got more of a response from modeling than I did from like the music stuff that I was releasing. And then yeah, that was about 3 years ago now, and so since then I've just kept on writing that traction
towards modeling. Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Like you definitely want to be somewhere where you're being celebrated, opposed to where it's showing resistance, right?
Definitely.
I'm sure you still got your love for music.
Right. Still play, still want to do that. I did put that on the back burner to focus on these other levels because, yeah, just getting into this, especially a bit later, getting into this field, there was some makeup work I needed to do. And so, yeah, navigating that, I stopped like practicing as much on guitar and stuff like that.
Well, that's what a lot of people don't understand. I feel like a lot of people, especially like in entrepreneurship and stuff like that. I mean, would you say what you're doing is entrepreneurship? Right?
Yeah.
No, but like I definitely feel like a lot of people have it confused too, especially when it's like when you focus on one thing, naturally something else falls off.
Right.
And not because you don't love it no more, right?
There's only so much time, and you gotta. I mean, you can touch a lot of different aspects, but to really grind out and be good at one element, you really need to give it the time it needs.
Yeah, bro.
And yeah, with modeling, there's like a lot of different levels, from physical ability, your fashion sense, accessories, your grooming, hair care.
Right.
Which leads me here.
Right, I know, right?
Yeah, when you get to that certain level, you need to like upgrade to the talent of that level too. You know.
So you said that you put up some photos and then you got more response from the modeling side. Like how?
Yeah, like you should do this, or you look like that, or that looks like it was out of like a catalog or something. And I'm like, okay, cool.
So that's pretty cool because a lot of people wait, like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. You know, the people are, believe it or not, especially entrepreneurs, bro. We're stubborn. No, for sure. We're fucking stubborn, bro. So, kudos to you that you actually knew that you can do something with it, because a lot of people just kind of just leave it in the back, all of it in the back burner, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I kind of just had to take what life was naturally giving me. I've been thin, but not like fit, and I'm as tall as I am. Like my face structure is the way it is. I just had to kind of fine tune certain things.
That's with anything. I mean, and you're making the right moves to stay in modeling because again, I'm sure it's very demanding. Would you say, like, as far as like, I mean, what is one thing you feel like a lot of people have like messed up on, or like one misconception of modeling, because people just see the runway stuff, right?
Right. There is a lot of sacrifice. It is 24/7. And then to like overlap with acting and stuff like that too. There's like this 24 or yeah, this on call feeling. A lot of things happen last minute, so you need to be ready. I think a lot of entertainment is like that. A lot of people back out, or like if let's say like a boxing, a fighter drops out last minute, like that next dude needs to be ready at all times, whether if they're fighting or not, or you know what I mean. There's certain things where you just kind of just need to be ready, stay ready, and know the.
I mean, me looking inside, like the window, right? Like your window, like I didn't see it that way. I guess I guess I guess I kind of knew a little bit of it, a little bit. Like you get contracted with brands too, right? Is that how it works too, or?
You can, yeah, like there. It's more like I think like more work for hire type. You get paid for the gig. Like they'll have a almost like a job search. They'll send that out to the agencies. The agencies will send their models, and then whoever the brand wants will pick from that. And then whoever's picked, then yeah, they get whatever that deal is. If it's just like a one-time payment, or if there might be a reoccurring, but most of them are one-time deals.
Okay, that's dope.
I'm sure they have like models that they use regularly that get booked often, but I don't think that there's anything like a model retainer or something like that. Like that the agency has.
But I asked that, like, so it's okay. That makes a lot more sense.
I'm still learning a lot too, though.
It's dude, it's everything too, man. So like, walk us through like your first gigs and early challenges when it came to modeling, because I'm sure that there was a lot of that too, right?
Well, dude, I didn't even really like to get my picture taken. I was more of like I said, I'm a guitar player, not the singer songwriter type. Like I like the band. I like to do my thing, head down, chilling. I got my own thing. So it took a while for me to get used to that attention, the eyes on me, the camera on me. Not only that, but passersby looking while that's going on too, and that kind of gives you the live element though. So that kind of brings me back to like something more on stage. But no, did you want to dial in more on that question?
Yeah. No, I'm that pretty much answers it, just because like, especially like in the beginning of my career too. Like I really didn't like the whole artsy side of barbering, I guess you can say. I was very more so like the conveyor belt barber, where I was like, I just love cutting hair, right? I just love cutting hair. It wasn't more so of like I need to take pictures and stuff like that. But then I don't know what, somewhere along the way, something inside of me was just like, dude, like you're meant for more than just doing 15-minute fades. like I don't like doing it, but I'm doing it to make some money, and that's the way barbering was at one point.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I was at too with modeling. Like it's not only like just get used to the actual job of it. So like I guess the equivalent would be like, how does it feel to hold the clippers and actually cut someone else's hair? Like you got to get used to that. If you don't like that feeling or whatever, or if you get too shaky, then this may not be for you. So you really got to sell it, like being comfortable in that situation. And so I guess that was the hardest thing earlier on. Once I got comfortable with that, now it's how do I look the best in whatever situation I can, and then it just keeps on developing over that.
And then like to bounce off that, like another thing too that I really didn't like was I had to show myself more in front of the camera. Like at one point I was my heaviest I've ever been, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait to show myself, right? I gotta wait. Yeah, I gotta wait. But I feel like if I would have waited, I would have never started. I mean, I've been losing weight, which is great, but
Difficult.
yeah.
Getting that ball rolling, because that was like from my journey, just getting that and building that discipline, that routine, and then just building upon that and taking it each like a bit further every time like I met a goal.
It's a lot, especially like being a father. I'm a father of two beautiful girls, and then I have my girlfriend too, where that I have to see to as well. So all that balancing this like content and all this, bro, it's a lot. So naturally, how I was saying earlier, you gotta I had to focus on other things, and well, my health got the best of the work. Yeah, took that back seat. I gained a solid like almost like 40 pounds. I was like, eesh. I see myself in the mirror. I mean, you know how you are with yourself. Like you tend to be a lot more critical than what you really are. So I'm like, okay, I need to lose weight before I start doing content. That didn't fucking happen. That didn't fucking happen. So I was like, okay, I need to start now. I don't care how I look. It is what it is. I'm just gonna show the progress as I go. Right. And little by little, people started noticing. Even my girlfriend started noticing. My friends like, oh, like you look good, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah, and that's thing we realized too in that stage too. Like we don't have to release that recording, but it is a trip just for getting it recorded. You know what I mean? Because not everything's live. So just even setting it up, recording it, and then like doing that part
is another. It's another thing in itself too, man. That's my thing too that I teach barbers as well. Like, if you have a hard time posting, just record it. At the end of the day, as long as you record it, you can use it later. Right. You know what I mean?
And for like learning stuff too, because that was kind of a technique I learned as I was developing my guitar skills during the personal development stuff. That habit of recording yourself, not only for sound, but just to see like how my posture was and stuff. Like there's just a whole bunch of critiques that you can get that you couldn't get because you need that outside perspective.
Yeah. So like another thing too that I teach barbers as well is like, so barbers have this thing where they look at the mirror to cut hair. Cool. But you can't take that mirror home with that person in that mirror, right? So if you were to record your haircuts, you can literally go home and study those haircuts. Next time I'm gonna do this differently. Right. I'm not gonna take the fade up higher. That's essentially how I got pretty good at cutting hair. Was I was already good at cutting hair, but then content just skyrocketed everything else.
Have that like real life data of keeping it. I can't place the word, but initially that's what helped me too with modeling too. The photos that I would get back, or even just setting up a tripod, putting it in selfie mode, going into a room and just working it.
Yeah, that right there was one of the hardest things too. Was like I have a lot to say. Like I'm already like raw as it is when it comes to certain things and like my opinions about certain things, and like when it comes to entrepreneurship, it took me a while to actually just like my thing was it has to look cinematic. It has to look like a movie for me to like record, but no, it doesn't. As long as the message is there, fucking cares. Like.
Right. And then there's just a certain aesthetic that people kind of grown accustomed to with these different new medias, but we also do have like an old preconception to what we think is the thing before we even do the thing. But by the time we do the thing, those rules have already changed. So yeah.
My thing is, how can I apply my value as quickly as possible? Speed to value. If you can apply that as quickly as you can, you're gonna learn more, even if it flops. Who gives a fuck if it flops? The right people are watching. I've seen people with fewer, like a smaller pages, make more money than the people that have. And I'm not saying it's not about making money, because it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. I guess.
There's a balance for sure.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's self development.
It is quality.
It's and exactly. I was literally about to bring that up when you said that you have the right eyes on you, opposed to having a bunch of eyes on you that aren't really supporting you.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool how you said that.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
I wish I knew verbatim because I have some good ones off the top sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's continue. So as far as like the whole modeling thing, right? Pursuing modeling and stuff like that. Like, I'm curious, like what does your family think and the whole community thought once you started pursuing? Because like you said, you were a musician, so like, what was their initial thought when like, oh crap, you're a model now? Like,
it was that, pretty much that. People were kind of already used to who I had become, I guess, in my later teens and 20s, and all that type of fun stuff. And so this one, I guess, was just the next Hail Mary or the next whatever. But I guess I've always been resonating with entertainment creative career paths, right. Whether it be through music or through modeling, now acting. Um, Before music, I wanted to be in the NBA or something like that. There's all this stuff.
All these things that I kind of like. You went through phases, right, in a sense,
Yeah,
and then now you're here with modeling, which is like a gateway to acting,
right. And
right?
still with music as well, like that's a good little ecosystem to be in. And so it felt like I was leaving one, but really it kind of just reintroduced like more of a true self into that one medium.
Right. Dude, that's pretty cool because like the way I can relate to that is so back in the day I used to mess with Fruit Loops. I don't know if you know what Fruit Loops is, that beat maker. I because the reason why I was messing with it because my friends were all into beats, so I got into beats too, and I fucking loved it. Like for a little while it was cool. I wanted to be a beat producer and all this. I had this name thing. I had this. I know, right? So I had this whole thing in high school where I was called DJ Paco 56. Like everybody in my high school knew that I was the DJ in high school. So I was like obsessed with Fruit Loops and stuff like that. But then somewhere along the way, I got into tech. It was weird. It was weird. And then from tech, it went to what's it called? Camera work. Like I've all, yeah. I don't know what it was. So I went to camera. And then from camera, but always in the back burner was barbering. I was so stubborn. I was like, cutting hair, it's fun, but nah, cameras, Fruit Loops. Yeah, that's the way, right? But here I am now, dude. I'm a proud shop owner, and I'm thankful of what barbering has done for my life as far as like opening doors for me, content, all that cool stuff. Like shit, man. I'm talking to you as fucking. I'm still starstruck, bro. You know what I mean? That's fucking legit. That's sick, bro. So it's all making a full circle. So I know what you mean about like pursuing different things, but having that one thing that you fucking love, which is, would you say, would that be for you, music?
Music would be the ultimate for sure. That's where I feel I'm like most creative. Like don't get me wrong, I've really gotten into modeling and really developed into the craft, and I'm pretty good at it. I naturally picked it up, and I'm pretty good at it, and so like but like you can't beat the number one. Like I've been playing guitar for almost like yeah more than half my life.
It's pretty cool because like when you're good at something, there's something that kind of stops you. Like you don't like you hear the people's opinions, but fuck it, I
Right. Still get going on it too, and so like I never stopped, especially with music. But I got more traction with modeling, and it wasn't until I got it probably wasn't until I got like a gig doing like a casino commercial or something like that, and commercials pay nice, and so and I guess that's when the family kind of established it, or like yeah, it's not just some like hobby, and I think that it's similar to everyone else that you hear that's like had to work for it and earn it and didn't get the approval until something happened, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of when it was more than just okay, no, he's really making this a career, not just trying to look good or pull girls or this and that. Like no, this is like a legit training for this career. Yeah.
It's a legit thing, and it's pretty cool when you're not forcing people to believe, but opposed to proving to people to believe. If that makes any sense, right? There's a difference. I feel
like I need to work on my posting schedule too, but I think that also allows me time to develop, and then you do see the journey.
Oh yeah, bro. I definitely think that, especially if you are used to recording like I am. Like I'll go on my phone, and every single year since 2020, there's been a different like space, like a different growth. Like there's always been something new that I'm doing or reinventing myself. Like I mean, I consider myself like what's it called, a growing genius in a sense, because not only do I want to share what I know, but I know that I'm going to get where I'm going to, regardless of the facts.
That's cool knowing
that. Yeah.
When you realize that, or like, no, I got this. Like, and I guess there's just developing a certain amount of traction within that field. With music, I guess it was just too slippery, or harder because it was sound, and trying to sell sound is weird, man. But something you can see or something you can touch, that's easier. And maybe that's why I had a bit more traction with modeling. I don't know.
Works, man. Especially like when you try to give other people advice, and it's so easy for you to like do this, do this because I know it's gonna work. But then you flip it on, but you flip it onto yourself, and it's like, oh, but what if I look like that? But what if I look? There's so much. I feel like a lot of people's problem with that is there's so much attachment to whatever it is, to opposed to when you're telling someone to do something, you don't care if they don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't care if they don't do it. It doesn't affect you, but the second you you want to try
And stuff like, oh man, they're trying to sabotage me or something, you know?
Exactly. So I feel like we could all be farther in a sense of like self-development if we just like detach and just do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's a good thing. Let's see if I can remember it, but because usually we're like, before we can be, we need to have something in order to do it.
Right.
But really, we need to flip it, and we need to do it in order to have it. Or no, we needed to be it and do it in order to have it, type thing. There it is.
100%, bro. Because there's never been a day where I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do barbering. No, I'm sure the same with you. I'm gonna do modeling. No, fuck that. I'm gonna do this, and regardless how I feel. Yeah, I might feel like today I don't want to cut hair.
You have to develop that discipline. And fortunately, there's so many areas to be a master at that when I am not feeling so good on one, I still have to pick another one. So I mean, it's almost like filling out a question on a test or something. Like, okay, that one's hard right now, so I'm gonna do these easy ones right quick, and then I'm gonna go back to that hard one. So I'm still doing things, but they're shifting. But you do have to do something constantly. There's no like, oh, okay, we're just gonna take a fat break, but the time to get back is too crucial.
My in-laws constantly ask me like, "Are you working today?" I'm like, "Yep, all the time."
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Like, but you're not. I'm like,
It's hard to explain that to people who are like just 9 to 5 corporate type.
Yeah. And no offense to like my in-laws.
No, for sure, or anyone like that.
Because there's nothing wrong with having an honest job, but like when you run your own business and when you're trying to better yourself, and when you're trying to, or I'm not saying no one's trying to better themselves, but what I'm saying is that when you're trying to like reach a certain aspect of your career, you're always fucking working.
Incorporate it into your lifestyle, and so if you can't really, if you don't really like it, that's why you really gotta love what you do. Because if you don't, man, like you're gonna be doing something often that you don't like.
100%, bro. Like the other day, someone asked me, "How do you stay consistent with like posting all the time?" Well, to me, it's like if I don't post, I don't get paid. I don't get new clients.
That's a good motivation.
You know, I don't exactly.
That's for sure.
They're good motivation. 100% is like I want to get paid. What the fuck? Like I want to make some money. That's my thing. Is like, and it's free. It's not gonna cost me $1 or anything. It's fucking free. Plus, like my thing is if you have the content, post it. Fucking post it. Right. The only thing you can control is the content. The one thing you cannot control is the outcome of that content. Right. And whatever the outcome is, do that again and again and again and again and again, and it becomes this fucking formula. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's
really, I guess, like locking in on that formula, that structure, that repeatable structure that works for you. I still need to enhance my social media structure.
I would say,
but it kind of goes back to like what you were saying earlier with like, oh, but it's not ready yet, but like this, that, but like shut up and just post it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but like, oh, I don't know the caption, and dude, shut it and just post it. Yeah.
But just a word if you wanted to, and then just put a hashtag behind it and call it a day. Whatever.
I'm gonna do that and say Paco told me so.
But like, if we're going on down that tangent, bro, like since you're a model, bro, like one of the things I would do, and this is just for anybody that's in that space too, entertainment, in that sense, what I would do is a lot of behind the scenes work, bro. Like, definitely. Get someone like, dude, hire a high school kid or a college student, pay him 4 hours a day or something, have him follow you around. People love seeing that shit, bro. You know, especially if you live stream it.
And then, like, I guess on my stories and stuff like that, I did that. But actual posts or reels of almost like that day in the life or get ready with me things and stuff like that. I do need to incorporate more of
There
that.
has to be a market for that. There has to be, you know, and that can just boost your relevance and like and revenue as far as like who you are as a person, you know, because at the end of the
It's the brand awareness, and that books me my gigs too, my portfolio relevance and all that. Yeah.
that leads me to the next thing. So like walk us through the day-to-day lives and realities of being a fashion model. Like what is one of the realities that you face on a day-to-day basis when it comes to being a model?
Well, I guess there's day to day and then on shoot day. But either way, like I said, you're on call 24/7, or you need to be camera ready. You should be camera ready. So I'm always I go to the gym a lot, or I'm working out a lot. I like a lot of calisthenics. Um, you got to know what type of eating works for you and stuff like that. So I've locked in on that. Um, so a lot of it is working on myself, grooming, getting my haircut. Like this is work right now too, but this is stuff that I've chosen that I like to do to put myself in this, yeah. And so
Because like I mean, like I guess people will often like. Well, I mean, I'm sure people always tell, "Well, you're a model. Well, you ain't got to worry about doing this and this and this, right?"
no, for sure.
To you, it's like, bro, but I gotta do this and this. I gotta make sure that
To be this, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. So it's not like I can eat anything and expect to like maintain. So that I guess that's what, going back to the like misconceptions. Like there are like some like different sacrifices, but they're chosen sacrifices and just sacrifices for like better improving too. Like I'm eating healthier. I'm doing things. If I do go out, it's more conscious and not just because like I'm hungry and I want to.
just start this down real quick.
Right. No, it's like, oh, because I'm gonna be with like someone that I appreciate their time. Make it an actual event, not just like, oh man, I'm trying to scarf some shit down and blah blah.
Hey, barber fam, I really hope you're enjoying this conversation as much as I am. But real quick, if you're a barber struggling to get new clientele online or struggling to shoot content, the whole thing just feels like guesswork to you. There's literally no need to guess anymore. I built my own school platform where I show you exactly how to shoot content, what angles work, and how to study other people's content. That way you're not doing the guesswork anymore. So if you're done struggling, feeling stuck, click the link in the description down below and let's grow together. Back to the conversation. But yeah, no, but like, it's crazy because a lot, like how we were saying, like a lot of people don't see the realities of being a model, and they kind of just disregard all that. Oh, you're a model. Don't. Well, you ain't gotta worry. It's like, well, no, you have to look good first of all.
Right. So you have to just be cool with that. I mean, like it's tight. Like don't get me wrong, it's cool. Like I get to, everything is my choice. You know what I mean? Like I'm not having to like go to the gym or go work out as some like boot camp punishment or something. Like this is something that I've developed, right? That this is something that I've developed, like I said, since COVID. So we're pushing like 5 years now. Not just as gym time. Like I'm talking about what it took to develop just a workout habit. I wasn't like a fitness guy. I was in sports before, but like I wasn't like an avid
Gym goer or whatever.
yeah, I wasn't no gym shark. Like now it's completely different.
So like, how do you prepare now for like shoots and stuff like that? Like,
There's a certain like I guess a checklist that I've gotten developed over time. We keep on doing the things, learn from our mistakes, know what we need to do next time and stuff like that. So definitely hydrate, moisturize, get some cardio in, pick out the fit for the occasion, the accessories for said occasion. There's each little step, each little layer before you get to.
It's crazy because like that's like someone's everyday life, but you're actually doing this for like modeling, which is like crazy.
It's just more intention. Like I'm doing, I'm still getting ready the same, but I'm just doing it at a different level at each step.
Yeah, like me looking in, like I'm perceiving it as an art form, right? You're like just like music artists, like they're intentional with what they say because they know it's gonna make something out of what they're trying to say. For example, the way you look or how you accessorize is making a statement or whatever it is for that day or for the shoot or whatever, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, because you do have to know how to adapt, and I guess developing that type of fashion sense. I got into this more for like the physical, what I can bring to fashion or to modeling. I didn't come for like all the crazy cool outfits. I dig a pretty minimal style. So like fashion wasn't the thing that got me into modeling. It was more, I guess, more of the precision of mastery.
Right.
You know.
No, and I was telling you earlier, like how like when I finished your haircut, I was adding all the little fine little details, and when you looked at it, you're like, what the fuck, like
Yo, zoom in.
You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is my intention, and that's how I can relate it to modeling. I'm intentional with these things because I want them to make a certain, like, a lot of people don't know this, but if you actually study cinematography, the fucking rain in movies, it's artificial. Like if you it's artificial. So
a lot of car noises, gunshots, all that.
Artificial. It could be a fucking animal sound for all we know. They're just interpreting it different and to make a gun shot. Right?
Check through old shows, and if there's like a dog barking, see if there's really even a dog there. Half the time there isn't.
You know. So like if you actually study cinematography and how I was saying with the whole rain thing, like if you were to actually capture real rain, you won't see it on camera. You like these people on sets, they actually really dump water onto the set
or get a hose or
to actually see the fucking water. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I have to over exaggerate everything I do. I'm not gonna get seen by just anybody if I'm doing the same basic shit every other barber's doing.
Yes.
And that's 90% of the barber industry.
Right.
I want to be seen for great haircuts and good haircuts, and to do that, I gotta be intentional. That's the key word here, guys.
Intentional and purposeful. You know, like actually choose to like strive for that excellence, to be the master. Like, this is kung fu. This is like the training. You know what I mean? And you got to do this stuff daily.
All day.
And
so,
yeah.
Like another thing too is, like, to you, a haircut isn't just a haircut.
Not anymore. Before I had dreads, man. Dude.
He said not anymore. But so my point with that is, a lot of people online are like tripping off. Oh, it's just a haircut. Well, no. I have someone here literally telling you guys, like, it's not just a haircut. Like,
it's a tool. Like, your hair is another piece of accessory, and depending on what level or how you want to be represented or represent yourself, you're going to have to take it to that next level, whether it be just whatever like is in your bracket you can afford, or whatever style like needs, like your face needs, you know what I mean? Because there's some things that we do that we don't know all the styles or whatever, so we just kind of do like what maybe like our parents did, or this is what we saw on TV. You know what I mean? Maybe something through high school, and then here we go. Like we not everybody like masters each hairstyle, so they don't know what's available.
100%. Bro, so like my thing too is like going back to how you said, not every hairstyle fits that individual. Like, a lot of things play a big role when it comes to choosing a haircut. So that barber better be telling you what style to get. Like, you might want a fucking buzz cut, but if you have a very like blumpy head, don't get a buzz cut. Right. That barber's setting you up for failure, because he's showing everybody your what is it called?
Well, or just like your blemishes. And then if. But I guess that's what you bring to your art form as well too, because you could just be the person like, okay, that's what they wanted, sweet, all right, pay me, let's go. Right. Or like, no, hey, has anyone ever told you this would probably be a better thing? Because maybe they might not know, or like maybe this length or something, or
but I feel like it's only a haircut until they fuck you up.
then it's a travesty, right?
It's a travesty at that point. Like, oh, you fucked me up, I'm never coming to this place again.
Yeah, it becomes personal.
Right? So, well, you shouldn't be that mad. Boy, look at me, I can't look like this. Exactly.
Right? Exactly. No, I see what you mean. Like, yeah, now it's important. It's not just a haircut when it's fucked up. No, for sure.
So I guess there's a balance between everything, right? And my thing is like I'd rather have people in my chair that actually care about being intentional as far as just wanting a haircut. If you want a haircut, that's fine, but I'm not gonna just give you just a haircut. I'm gonna give you the haircut you need. First and foremost.
No, I appreciated that in the session too, because I did have like a preconception of what I wanted done, or at least the what I do need done, but I didn't know like what I should get done. And so like whenever I'm around a barber who's into it, and it's gotten better since I've been modeling because it's interesting and I'm developing a hairstyle and all this fun stuff. So like you're more like down to help create the look too, or like, oh hey, you're down for like to put more input on it too, because like
And I'm sure
the
like
client
that,
doesn't know all the answers all the time.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's like that too when you're creating fits, right? I'm sure there's certain fits relate, sure. Right? Like
For sure. Yeah, this wasn't the first shirt that I picked out, or you know what I mean. Like, yeah, you do have to like do the combos, and does this go with that, and also just does this outfit work in the area that I'm in, or I mean, not really with all the beige, but
I'm gonna pay soon, bro.
I didn't know. I'm talking about on location though.
Yeah, but the next time you come in, bro, I have a whole vision of what it's gonna look like.
No, but this place is dope though. I want to ask you a few questions later about kind of like how you got all this going.
Yeah, I have one more question before we get into that. So,
no problem.
so you were saying that you're into music, right? You're into music, entertainment, and modeling, all that stuff. And then you said you were also a little bit of editing here and there, right?
Earlier during like I did go to like music production school and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah.
What like out of all those jobs or careers, would you say, pushed you to be more creative, as far as like who Chris is, right?
Yeah. So it's a little layered question, or going to be a layered answer. Right. So what allows me to be most creative in one piece, like an art form, I would say music. In like, that's my voice creation of, you know what I mean, my thought type thing, and that would probably be the most natural, organic, truest form. However, with modeling, since there is so many like it's multifaceted with the art form and mastery of different little nuances that I wanted to pick out, that I've just incorporated it so much to my lifestyle now that I couldn't leave that behind either. Like it's almost like once you start noticing something, you can't unnotice it.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
And so now there's like the certain level that there's a new minimum type thing, and that minimum has raised.
I get that. So yeah, it's like where you're at now, and there's no way that you can go back to what you once were, because you're so like focused or like not used to leveling up every single time to back pivot. It's like,
no, definitely. And then also, really, a lot of these steps are pretty easy. We just have to do them, and then do them often.
And detach yourself from
to not do them and be like, yo, I'm punking out for sure. You know what I mean?
That, bro.
And yeah, you don't want to be a punk.
I guess my thing too is like, I'd rather be fucking like stressed. Not stressed out, but like my thing is like, I'd rather have this going on than trying to figure out what's the next move, in a sense, if that makes any sense, right? But that was pretty cool, because I guess in the way I relate to that is because like the way I express myself is through hair, right? Excuse me. And then the way I express myself vocally is through talking like this podcast. I can't sing, unfortunately. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's why I picked an instrument.
That's how I'm able to express myself, and I fucking love it, bro. I'm being honest with you. The pressure that it comes with it is a blessing, because
it forces you to be better.
If I don't want to, well, guess what? You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
And a lot of it, yeah, you just gotta show up, get put in the position, and it's that sink or swim time, and then
bro, that sink or swim.
You swim more often than you sink, though, and I guess right, yeah, because you kind of don't want to, you don't want to drown. So
no, fuck that, and
even if it's barely, I mean, shit, we're still not drowning. So
I know what you mean, bro. And like, to add to that, I think like if anybody's watching this, like if you ever wanted to do something and you're scared to do it, that's the time to jump.
Right.
That's the time to do it.
Because you're never gonna be 100% ready.
Ever. And that goes back to where we're all.
Still don't feel like
I still don't fucking feel like I'm ready, bro. And I'm here running a shop, with barbers and trying to coach other barbers as well, and charging premium prices in a small town, and like it's
How long have you been operating?
oh, so I opened this place up in December of last year, December 28th, which is my grandma's birthday, by the way. And I got this. So I secured this place in October, and I immediately started working, like on the business, looking for chairs, looking for people to fill up the chairs, looking for ideas to remodel the place and stuff like that. It was all a process that I wasn't expecting.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of back end stuff that's not even related to barbering that you got to get ready just to barber. You know.
Like when I tell you there was a lot of back end stuff, shout out to my city for making it hard for me, bro.
Hey, what's up to the Central Valley?
Yeah, right. Like shout out to my city too for making it hard for me, but but in a strange way, I'm thankful for that because it really showed me that I really want this shit.
Right.
Because you know what I mean.
Like you're still gonna make it happen, and not only that, but like it's of dope quality. Like since no one else had it, you had to create it yourself. And if you're gonna do it, you did it right.
Like my thing was like, I had to do, all the licensing was a pain in the ass to get, but like I said before, like I did it no matter how hard it was. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this shit stop me because, I had people counting on me, not just myself, but I had my family counting on me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, I personally don't have kids, but that is a crucial. Yes, yeah. No, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, and then prior to opening up the shop, so I was professionally cutting hair for 10 years already, and then in 2021 was when 2020 was when I finally moved into a private suite. I was in a private suite from since 2020.
Okay.
And then,
Awesome.
yeah, it was a cool experience. I'm very, I could be very introvert in that sense.
So it allowed you to open up and probably like access a bit more of your true creativity versus just doing
because, bro, like being in a barbershop, there's something wrong with being in a barbershop, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and shit talk being in a barbershop.
You got to do what's right for you. Like this isn't to say something bad about the next thing, but this is what's working.
Yeah, 100%.
For one,
100%.
yeah.
So like to be creative in a barbershop was difficult for me because I would have people breathe down my neck saying, "Bro, hurry up! Why are you recording? Blah blah, blah this and that." Right. So being in a private suite just seemed so fitting for me because I cared about those type of things. And when you're around other barbers that don't care about those type of things, that operate on a low frequency, it rubs off on you. Yeah. If you let it.
Right.
And
you do got to match what level you're at, frequency wise, and
exactly. So when I realized I had to get away from this if I want to keep on, because if I were to stay, or at least for me as a person that I am, if I were to stay in that space, in that toxicity like that, I would eventually fail.
Yes.
Because there was multiple, I guess, bad apples, I guess you can say, that were telling me, no, that ain't the way. You do it this way. But now that I'm here, charging $100 a haircut, damn near, in a small town, is a telltale sign that I thank God I did listen to that.
No, yeah, I think with any art form we have to do that, because there's always those. Do this. I got the right advice, but who knows if they're even doing it? But do it this way. This is the way it's been, the established norm or whatever. But then really, by you doing the thing that is more like extreme or edgy or whatever, that's actually giving you the more traction. Yeah. And I've noticed that even throughout with my haircuts and everything like that. So because this always wasn't like my look. I've had.
Right.
I was all shaven and stuff. Yeah. Like I don't know, you can see on my Instagram, like I had just no mustache or anything, and like a military recruit.
Right.
Pretty much. It's called the induction. The induction haircut. And then I've experimented with bald head, beard.
Oh wow, you did bald head too?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so I gotten some things through the beard and stuff, and working with the beard club and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool little gig, and but it was very limiting and stuff like that, and it kind of gave me a lot harder look. I mean, I already do have an edgy look, but that gave me more of a villain look, and then that's when I kind of realized that there's not what you want to do or what's easier for you, but what how does your look? What is that saying to
Right.
other people?
Other people,
How
yeah.
are other people
Dude.
interpreting it?
So speaking of the whole villain or interpretation of people seeing me online, especially people here in town,
Mm.
like I remember in 2020 I joined a mentorship, and which was what showed me what I know now about content and how it literally changed how I see content forever.
Mentorship is crucial.
Oh, huge, bro.
Navigation,
Huge.
just,
Because it goes back to how we're saying somebody is detached from from where they know what works.
Mhm.
They're telling you what works, so they don't mind telling you, do this shit, bro. This is
Mhm.
gonna help you. Opposed to when you're telling yourself that you know that you have to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
But sometimes like that's just a cookie cutter reason why that works, and you're just a different shape. But it takes life lessons to realize you're a different shape.
1,000%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But glad that you are, because now we have that uniqueness. Or you could have just been another part of the assembly line.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I joined the mentorship, and dude, this dude taught me everything I know about content. Like I was already filming content prior, and people were already like, "Oh, what are you doing? Well, you're an influencer now." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, whatever, bro.
Everyone's gonna
Whatever, bro.
have some shape.
Whatever, bro." So
While they do
when
it.
I know, right? So I joined the mentorship, and my point was the whole interpretation thing. I was filming content left and right and doing the work and stuff like that. And during COVID, bro, I was able to raise my prices 2 times
Nice.
in 1 year. So when other barbers started seeing that shit, their interpretation of me started becoming the villain.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
who does he think he is?
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, bro,
The main rival to beat or something.
when it's like, bro, like if you were to ask me how I did it, I'll gladly tell you.
Right.
I went here. This is where I got the information. Or better yet, I'll show you how to do the content. But are you gonna do the work? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. There's a few things, because like we do know a lot of things, even like with health or fitness. Like you do know a lot of stuff what you should be doing,
Mm-hmm.
but are you doing it? Same thing with the posting or like recording, creating content, the quality of that content too, and or doing what should you be doing with recording? Like people would tell you like you should be recording like this.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna be recording like that, and just keep on doing what you're doing. You know?
Like, I already have a system down pat where I know if I post a certain type of content, it's gonna give me results. But I can't post the same video over and over again. I gotta recreate that same type of video.
Mm.
Like barbers need to understand that if you want to get results, you have to do what works. And the only way to do what works is if you're already posting consistently to find what works.
Yeah,
for you.
it's
And
the same system but different stuff inside that
Yeah.
system, and that's what
because
gives
what
you
works for me
yields.
might not work for you. What works for you is not gonna work for me.
Yes.
You know, and it's vice versa.
Right.
You know,
Everything is well, it's an art form. So when you're dealing with any art form, it's all going to be based off the individual, because you know, or just like working out. Like what you need and what I need are two different things, because we have two different body types. This and that. It's going to be the same thing with art.
I love that, bro. I love that. I love that interpretation because a lot of barbers have this scrutinized version of it, and it's like no, like if you would just find something that works for you and just stick to that, I promise you'll be fine.
Right.
You know, you'll be fine. You
Just,
know?
yeah, keep on doing the work and showing up, and then because you're going to have to adjust down the way. So
Yeah.
just start it and then keep molding every day,
bro. 100%. So, like moving forward now, like, is there any questions, other questions you would like? Because I have the segment that I like doing on my podcast. I put myself in the hot seat. Is there any other questions you would like to ask me, like for the viewers?
Yeah, man, I have some written down. I know you kind of touched on like the premium prices over here, but how did you was that through the mentorship?
Yeah,
where you got that?
Yeah, so I was able to scale my business through that mentorship, and it was a blessing because
But I'm sure it wasn't just like a big jump, like you just
no, bro.
you knew that you were
So I
worth
started
something, and then now you just made that next level up, and then another level up, right?
Yeah, so I started at $25 a haircut. It was $25, and then when I joined, my mentor told me go up to 30, and from there just stay there until I tell you, but you gotta do the work. I'm like, okay. I kept on showing up, all the Q&As, asked questions. I got my ass chewed out a few times for the videos I was posting, and I want to say
They just
about
weren't to the quality that
no. So like he would correct me, and then I wouldn't do the correction.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
that's a part of the work.
it's part of the work. Yeah. You know, so it wasn't until like month, like maybe 4 or 5, was when I really got my first price jump, and it was from 30 to 50. And
Sweet.
fuck, bro, like
Man.
it felt so great knowing that I did that because no one else in town. I was fucking scared, first of all.
Right.
I did lose a good amount of my clientele, but what was crazy was I kept 40% of my clientele, but that 40%, I made more.
I know what you mean with that.
It's
There's
weird.
a certain point when you realize how much you're worth, and if you take anything less, it's a disservice for yourself. And I've gotten that too, and it's yeah, it's like kind of ruined some relationship with some people because like, okay, if you want to charge that amount, then I don't want to work with you. However, more people that are willing to work with me are coming. So
It's
like you kind of like remove the fat, and then now you can
Yeah, and then you can actually focus on people that actually care about what you're trying to do.
right.
You know, so it was so weird.
That's dope if that worked out for you.
It's so crazy, bro. Like I'm telling you, like, when I seen my numbers, I was like, "There's no way I'm making more right now."
Mhm.
I'm working less, and I'm making. But he's like, "Hold on, I don't want you to. I don't want you to get ahead. Yeah, I don't want you to get too ahead of yourself. You're working less now, but here's the thing: you're gonna be working on the business, not in the business. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Some back end stuff.
Yeah, like now you're gonna be editing. I want you to edit now. I want you to focus on more on the curriculum on in the classroom. I want you to be on every single Q&A now. Like you have time now, so you can't lie to me because I know your numbers now. You cannot lie to me.
Right,
I was like,
right.
fuck, you're right. So now I'm working more. So I ended up working less in the business, but I started working
But
more
more in the field.
on the
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
bro, like on the actual technical shit that actually matters in a sense.
Right, right.
Like obviously performing the haircuts matter, right? But the actual shit, like okay, show me your showcases, bro. Show me your actual.
Yeah, your business and your portfolio. You like, yeah, because you need to expand your reach. It's
Yeah,
one
dude.
thing.
Oh
like,
my gosh, bro.
you
So like when I tell you like my mind was literally expanding in real time. It fucking hurt. It fucking hurt.
No,
But,
I feel you.
but in a good way though. In a good way.
Right,
In a
right,
good
yeah.
way. So and then something else, something miraculous happened after that. I want to say 6 to 8 months later.
Okay.
I did get in a little bit of a funk. I couldn't really find what worked, but then something I don't know where, bam, fucking clicked. I got my first million video.
Hey.
My first million video, bro. My first
Dude.
fucking. I was like, bro, this is it. And he's like, yup,
That's crazy. That's what's up.
do that again.
Now you
Do
found
that
the
again.
formula.
You do that again. Change the first 3 clips. Do that again. And I promise you, did it again, bro. I hit 10K in that same year.
That's what's up.
On my following. Once I hit 10K, I went up to 75. I was like, what the fuck? And again, having the same thing happen again. He goes, the same thing. He goes, bro, in business, you get to realize something. There's patterns in business.
Right.
If you can foresee those patterns, you can move fast. I'm like, oh shit. So where are you right now? I'm like, it kind of feels like when I was, yes, you're right there. You're making more, but you're working less now, right? And I was like, yeah. Okay, so what's next? And I knew what to do. I was like, I need to focus more on you. I need to be more on the business. I was so I'm to this day I'm still fucking up to bro. I'm still fucking up.
Right? And because you're also like spreading that knowledge too now, aren't you?
Yeah. So
Like,
now I
doing
actually so now I coach barbers online.
Literature, there we go.
And I teach this exact formula on obviously with my little tweaks here and there because things have changed since then. And I find I've had other mentorships since then, so I've learned more to show up better.
Right.
You know.
No, definitely, yeah.
You know. So, yeah. So that's the main driver now is how can I self improve myself to show up better for not only myself, but for my family, my students, my clients. How can I show up better?
Right.
Regardless of whoever is saying, "Oh, Pac's not going to do this," well, whatever. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not even worried about that. You know.
No, definitely. At a certain point, since we have like all these goals and stuff like that, like at a certain point, the goals don't even relate to like, I want to say like everyday people or like
Right.
people who aren't in your field or something like that. Like because you're so focused so far on like what you need to do in your next step that no matter what they say, like you already
Yeah, I'm already. Yeah.
yeah
Hey, Barber fam, I really hope you're enjoying this conversation as much as I am. But real quick, if you're a barber struggling to get new clientele online or struggling to shoot content, the whole thing just feels like guesswork to you. There's literally no need to guess anymore. I built my own school platform where I show you exactly how to shoot content, what angles work, and how to study other people's content. That way you're not doing the guesswork anymore. So if you're done struggling, feeling stuck, click the link in the description down below and let's grow together. Back to the conversation. As far as like any other questions though, like is there anything else?
Yeah, man. So this spot here, I'm digging this spot, Concept Studios, right here in Los Banos. How long have you been out here?
So, dude, I'm actually from Los Banos. Like, I'm actually from the area, so people know me here pretty well. And now that I have a pretty good following on Instagram. It's gotten to a point now when I go out, I feel like I get recognized sometimes, but no one comes up and says anything to me. I would like people to come up to me and talk to me.
Right.
That's happened to me maybe one time, and I was at a fair, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if anyone out there, you guys see me, please come up to me, talk to me.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm a cool dude. Like I would love to talk to you guys, you know. But excuse me.
No, for sure. So yeah, what are your next steps with this place? What are your plans?
So-
Plans?
I aspire for this place to be the best shop in Los Banos.
That's right.
I'm very passionate about marketing and stuff like that. So my thing was if I can market myself, why not market for the shop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. It comes hand in hand.
Exactly. So my thing was like if I can do it for the shop, I can do it for the if I can do it for myself, I can do it for the shop, and there's no stopping that. Right at this point, you know. So, like the future's bright. Of course, with that being said, there's gonna be a bunch of challenges. I can already foresee it now.
Oh, of course, but each one, and then I'm sure like things are gonna change. You're gonna have like newer, better goals too. Before we get to that 5 years, but yeah.
By then we're gonna have bigger and better goals. By then, so
No, for sure. So, let's scratch the 5 years and just say like next steps within the reason you just want to not just, but you want the shop to be like the premium spot of Los Banos.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I want this. Yeah.
Sorry, you kind of just.
So, I want here in town. I feel like it's too small for two locations. I feel like it'd just be a waste. If I ever do choose to open up a location, it's gonna be somewhere bigger town. But with that being said, I definitely want to expand my reach more of an online presence because I feel like if I do that, I'll be a lot easier to scale that in the future, you know.
Right.
As far as like just being stuck in Los Banos or whatever, right? You know.
Right, but no, it looks like you definitely built the system, and then you can just take that anywhere you want. You know.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. The whole challenge is sometimes they hit you out of nowhere, bro. It's one of the things of opening up a shop is like sometimes you don't see these things coming. I guess it's a business, right? You don't see these things coming,
Right. Especially if it's like unrelated to like your art form, and it's just like something like random, like okay, the plumbing's messed up. All right, crap. Now I got to deal with that before I can.
The other day I had a random fucking what's it called? A random the sink just started spilling water, and I was like, fuck, all right. Luckily I was able to fix it, but shit like that, you know. And I guess one of the things that I wasn't ready for running a shop was the leadership part. Like I went from running a private suite by myself, and I had a coworker here and there, right? To bringing them along with me to being the shop owner, and I realized that comes with its own like
that management, leadership, responsibilities.
People start seeing you different. If I'm being honest with you, like there's a fine line when it comes from being a coworker, and then you go into being the shop owner. Like now at this point, you're fucking the boss now. People are worried about what are they gonna say around you, you know.
Right.
So that kind of got a little yeah.
I've kind of had that situation happen, and it got a little bit more lax. Like I was still able to be me, not too informal, but I mean, like I was still able to be me and not like, sir, yes, sir, all the time. You know what I mean?
What was weird though is like with the people that I brought with me, like I wasn't like this hard ass boss owner. Like, oh, you better show up at this time. You better you better pay me rent now. Like, I'm not like that, bro. You know, so I didn't think much of it. So,
But it's probably just what they put in it on it. You know what I mean? Oh, like now it's different, or now he's boss, so he just switch.
I think it was a more of them problem opposed to a me problem.
Right, right.
Like it was more of a them being insecure with themselves and worried about what they're gonna say around me. Now that I'm a shop owner, like now Pac's not the homie. Now we can't talk shit with him. You know.
So you want to keep yourself like pretty like close knit or smaller?
So now I'm very I'm not closed off or anything like that. Like I'm not a dick or anything, but like my thing is
Like with your shop, or like you don't want to like, because we were talking about like expanding in different spots, but it just like less management in that end and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not a micromanagement guy like that, bro. So like when things come about when it comes to like ownership and shop ownership, I didn't see it coming, bro. I don't see those things coming because of the type of person I am. And another thing too that I had to learn was addressing problems as soon as they happen. You know, being a shop owner, you really have to. So to say, two barbers were having an issue or whatever, I have to go in between those two barbers and shut it down now. I can't wait a day. I can't wait. Don't now. Yeah, I made that mistake, bro. I made that mistake where I waited and then ended up being this bigger thing than it should have been when I should have just addressed it that right then and then and
squashed it out. Yeah.
So that's leadership is huge when it comes to owning a shop, bro.
Yeah, and you're not gonna know until you jump in there and find out. You know what I mean? Like, because most of the time we're not putting these in these situations. You know, so there's no textbook for that when that happens. You know what I mean? But now you know now with that experience. So that's dope. I think I think you got like a cool system here. I know like you have other people attached to like your establishment, but like the personalization of like the room, especially if you want to do the podcast and stuff like that. Like I'm digging this vibe and the personal element too.
100%, bro. Like I definitely feel like when I had the vision of opening up a barbershop or a studio, I didn't have the whole. I mean, I'm sure you've seen how shops are, right? You walk in, there's 2 rows, on both walls. I didn't want that personally. For me, I think that's an outdated look. No offense to anybody, but that to me that's an outdated look, and I feel like where the industry is going, and I feel private suites are gonna be more personal suites are gonna be the thing. Yeah. Because I mean, I wanted it. I know other barbers wanted to. I mean, I have 2 suites already here. Those things filled up within like days because people want them. You know?
Right.
Barbers want the exclusivity, you know, and that's where I think barbering is going. And even if it doesn't go that way, that's just my version of that.
Right. Yeah, because not everybody has to go the same way, but as long as like you identified that for you, and making it work, like I think you locked in on it.
No, definitely, yeah. No, it took me a while. Like at first. So this room wasn't my room at first. I was in the front, and my thing was like, okay, I'm the shop owner. I gotta be up front, right? So I'm thinking now that since I'm a content creator, I think this was a better fit for me because I can close both doors and I can just make sure no one walks in. Because when I was making videos out there,
you deal with all that traffic and even the outside noise too. Yeah, so
and then my barbers got a little like weird about it too. They had a shop meeting. They're like, oh, I think you should go into the room, bro. I think some of my clients get a little, awkward walking through, and it's like, yeah, you're right. I probably should. I probably should. So I personalized it myself, and I mean, I'm not done with it. I definitely want to paint the walls darker color. I had ChatGPT come up with a little mock thing, and that's exactly how I want it.
Nice, yeah. ChatGPT is like my best assistant. You know what I mean?
Dude, it really is, bro. Like if you're not using ChatGPT as an agent. As a meeting agent for your business, what are you doing? Like, it's great for like content. It's great for scripts. I have ChatGPT write all my scripts out. Obviously, I tweak.
No, yeah, for sure.
I add humanizing things to it because I'm not trying to sound
like the meat and potatoes. Like 60 to 80% of what you need
is there.
Bam. Yeah. And then, man, it refers more stuff that you probably weren't even thinking. So it's like, for sure, do that then.
So you're saying I can, okay, for sure, cool.
I can add that for free. All right, for sure, do that. I got the free version though, so it's like you know what I mean, I'll keep on using it until I use all my credits.
Like I know, but like no, I know. Tomorrow, I actually paid for the pro model because I need that shit to be like on it all the time, bro. With it be podcasting.
Yeah, crossing that bridge soon. You know, we all gotta delegate.
It's like $20, I think, for unlimited. And you can literally write your scripts. I can do little folders, and then now they have this little thing called what is it called? It's on here. It's on here somewhere, where you can literally hit a little thing and you can actually have a conversation with it, which is fucking weird. Oh, yeah, it's fucking weird, bro. It's like next level type shit. But I don't use that. But for me, it's like the basics of like script writing, content ideas, writing emails, and checking my grammar.
Yeah, and then for like certain images and stuff like that too, like because it's pulling up different images now, or creating its own images. That like it's like having the paid version would allow me to get further with that.
I mean, at this point, I feel like it's better than Google. At this point, if I'm being honest,
For sure.
you know.
I second that.
I know, right? So,
I'll say that.
yeah, man. Like, I definitely feel like the mindset from being a $30 barber to a high ticket barber is 100% different because you're showing up different. How we were saying earlier, you know, I'm sure it correlates a little bit with modeling too. Like, the higher you go into the steps, you have to show up differently, right?
Definitely. It may not look it, I guess, to someone like just looking out because I just showed up like this minus the haircut. But like I've had to learn to be presentable like this because like I'm doing things that like I don't necessarily want to do all the time. Like I've gotten used to doing them, but like let's say if I wasn't modeling, I probably wouldn't be doing these things, you know, down to I don't know, well, it could be trimming your nose hair before you show up. You know what I mean? Or cutting with your nails, or did you apply lotion, or like all these random different little things on how we perceive stuff. Because yeah, what you see, okay, I got my outfit, I got the haircut, whatever. Okay, cool. But the harder work is all those little detailed things. Because when you put that together, now here I am. You know.
Yeah. So like you definitely have to show up differently. Like to me, I don't expect to be booked out at $100, but I do expect to make money at $100.
Right. Or if you are going to charge that price, you're going to have to give some type of yield. So I guess to get on those finer little detail points, like if I'm going to say I'm a model, I kind of have to look like one. I can't just like catch me on like my whatever day or whatever and everything's just scrappy or even showing up for this interview. And coming in like just like my tank top and gym shorts and stuff like that and being like, yo, what's up? I still could probably pull it off though. But you know what I mean? Like you do show up at a higher level because you want to be not only taken seriously, but that's also the respect for the craft. And
like, I definitely feel like it attracts a different clientele too. Like a lot of people ask me like, oh, are your clients picky? I'm like, not so much. Like, and if they are, it's fine. Like, I mean, I expect them to be because, well, they are paying a good amount. So,
there's a difference between being picky and then being rude or like just being like entitled asshole type thing.
100%. But I expect some kind of form of that though. Like whether it be with anybody. Because to me, it's like, I'm not going to let that haircut walk out that door if that person's not happy with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, you know? Right. I'd rather give someone a free haircut than them to be, than to, what's it called? Be dissatisfied with my services. Right? I've done it before. Like, I'll give free haircuts for content. Because my thing is like, if I give free haircuts, that one video can bring me 4 new clients.
Right. Yeah, you gotta like different, gotta approach our thinking of free, you know what I mean? Because there's certain costs. What is this going to yield me? How can I like use this later? Or even if it's just like the recording for learning purposes or traveling from LA or something, like there's a benefit though in doing that. There's a cost to benefit ratio.
100%. So like I always like tell my client, like people, like you really have to look at it from a different perspective. That it's not just a haircut. It's not just modeling. Like, how is that person showing up? How does he carry himself? How does he talk? It all goes down to how well you can keep a conversation. If I'm being honest, like you can personally for me, you can fake being yourself for 30 minutes. But you can't fake yourself being you for an hour or an hour or two.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can see me moving around. Like your mannerisms are gonna like happen, and speech patterns are gonna happen. Like, ain't nobody trained for that completely to just be like something fake for that long. Yeah.
I know, right? So what's next, bro? So what's next for as far as like modeling and acting, entrepreneurship? Like, what is next for you?
Close. What's coming up along the horizon right now? I have a runway in October in San Diego. There's some LA ones that might overlap that, so I'll probably be doing, if not both, for sure the LA one. I just got offered a supporting role opportunity on like an independent TV series, a sci-fi show. So it's going to be like my, with the most lines, my biggest role. I've had other like gigs and stuff, but they're like on a different level. Like they're either a lot of the stuff I do is like day player or background work. So when you get into supporting and lead, you yeah, those are level ups, and so this is like a good title boost. You know what I mean? And also the content that this will yield too. It sounds like a pretty dope thing.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to tell you, you better record something. I mean, whether it be your phone, have someone recording.
Sure, yeah, like yeah, man, because I actually got lines, man. So hell yeah, I'm gonna be saying.
Yeah, I know, right? You better be on camera saying something, right?
No, for sure.
I guess my last question would be, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Like, what do you want people to remember Chris as? Whether it be the model, the musician, or the entertainer.
I mean, it would ultimately that like I was a dope creative, you know, a good human as well, you know what I mean? But as for what I'm known for, whether it be my look or my sound, I mean, however I got to you, for you to know who I am, that's cool enough for me, you know what I mean? Because that's just how I was like found. That's not what I'm personally doing. So like yeah, like if someone likes my modeling more or like this and that, like I have no oh yeah, I just need to be remembered as a model or like just the best musician or something like that. Like no. A talented individual, you know what I mean? Like a creative, like because I don't know what I'm gonna dip my hand in next, but like it's most likely gonna be something that's creative and in the entertainment world. You know what I mean?
I'll be on the lookout for that because I follow you on Instagram, so you know what I mean. So to wrap this up, where can they find you as far as your Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that? Are you on TikTok or not yet?
That's in the process. But yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, but mainly Instagram at this point. Chris Anderson, KRSANDRSN. Yeah, it's how it's you got to sound it out, whatever. But you can just spell Chris Anderson, KRISANDRSON, and I'm sure I'll pop up. And yeah, those are the only spots where I'm at now. I need to get my TikTok up there.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm currently blowing up on TikTok too, and then the love on TikTok is different than there is on Instagram. I mean, it's good to have both dynamics.
Right. Yeah.
Especially if you're creative too. So
no, for sure. I guess having enough content to feed the beast was the first challenge, and now we're there. So now I need to just get on as many platforms as possible because it is about the brand awareness at that point now. Yeah, and then also still not gonna like put music on the back burner forever. So some Spotify stuff, at least some SoundCloud stuff, you know, if that's still a thing.
You can't leave that behind because I feel like no matter what you do, you're always gonna be thinking about music, bro.
For sure.
You know, like for me, it was always barbering. No matter what I was doing, it was always hair. It was always hair. So
it's gonna rub off on my look no matter what. So like I'm just gonna have that element.
100%, bro. The element musician, man. That's dope. All right, well, thanks for coming by, honestly, bro. Especially since
Thanks for having me and the opportunity, man.
Hopefully we do a part 2 in the future.
Hell yeah, let's make it happen, man.
I'm not sure how often you come down to the valley, but you could always hit me up. and I'm sure
Bro, I'll be back for sure.
I'm sure the viewers would love to have another episode to kind of see what's up with Chris.
Yeah, we can dive deeper. I mean, this is the first one, so it'll only get better, you know.
Chris, right? All right, Chris. Thank you so much again.
Chris.
Keeping up with Chris. I love that, bro. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to tap in with Chris, I'll definitely tag his stuff down below. And if you guys want to tap in with me, you guys know where to find me. See you guys on the next one.
Peace. We did a damn thing.